Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. It's September 14th, and I can see my breath outside. Yeah, it's 49 degrees. Got to move along on the building. I got to get the skin up. One of the things that I ran into as I was going through the siding to get the building skin put on, I moved the garage door. I hadn't gotten to the point where I needed the garage door yet. I was going to leave the garage door open until I had the skin fully on. That way I had access in and out of the building without having to raise and lower the door. When I looked at the end panel on the door, 16 foot by 7. 16 feet by 7. In panel on the door, I realized it was a 7-foot door. Now you may have seen the project where I was putting the header on and I had to cut the bar down to make room for the 8-foot door because the print calls an 8-foot opening on a 10-foot building. And that's the prints that I got from VersaTube that went with the order that I received from Menards. Unfortunately, I think there's been a mistake. Can't guarantee who made the mistake. Ultimately, it's my problem, as it always is. Now that it's my building and I have an 8-foot opening on the door, I want an 8-foot door. I wanted an 8-foot door from the beginning. They shipped me a 7-foot door. It was on the shipping list. It was on the invoice. It was on the receipt that I got from where they checked me out. At any point in this whole operation, I could have looked at that and said, oh, that's a 7-foot door. Well, I didn't do it. I had the door packed in with a bunch of other stuff because they brought 2 big pallets, and the 2 big pallets needed to be unpacked before I could get to it because it was all wrapped up. Now, if you're ever putting up a VersaTube building, or any building for that matter, I know it's tedious. I know it's a pain in the neck. I know it's a problem. Go through everything. Go through everything the day you get it. Unpack the thing, cut open a package if you have to, look at it all. The problem I'm running into is everything came from Menards, which fortunately is only about 6 miles away from here. But I had to have it delivered because the pallets were too big to fit my truck. I have a Chevy Colorado, which has got a short box that's only about 6 foot long. The pieces and parts for the building came on a 16-foot pallet. Now the building itself is 24 feet long, but the 16-foot pallet, for one, has to go back to Menards because without my knowing, they charge for the pallet that the sheet metal comes on. And they expect it to be returned, and then they'll pay me they'll give me the deposit back on the pallet. $79, which would buy the pallet twice over. Or more. That's the kind of pallet I pick up for free. Anyways, be that as it may, I now have to load up the door, take it back to Menards. I'm going to return the door and then have them order an 8-foot door for me. I originally called thinking that I would have them replace the door with an 8-foot door, make the delivery, do the whole thing, and get it done. I'm looking at a 2-week delay just getting things arranged and having something shipped in, and it's a big pain in the neck. If I take the door back, return it, just return it and have them credit my account. Hopefully just give me cash back because I paid for it with a check. Then I can order an 8-foot door and have the door delivered here and not have to drive down to Menards, load the door up on top of my truck, and bring it home. In any case, this is a minor issue that becomes a major issue just because of shipping. Everything is too big for my equipment. I could go rent a trailer, a 20-foot trailer, and I have a hitch on the back of the truck, I can haul it around. I don't want to spend additional money on something that I don't need to do. So I'm going to load it on the truck, take it back to Menards, work my way through their process, whatever that may be, to get my refund on it, and then order an 8-foot door. I expect I'll order an 8-foot door through Menards. I don't know why I wouldn't. They typically have good prices on doors. They're nice people. They seem to do most of the stuff okay. I know they shipped the wrong door, and the walk-through door wasn't shipped at the time that they shipped the other package, and I had to go and pick that up. Fortunately, that was small enough to just slide in the back of the truck. In any case, just a word to the wise, if I had gone through the slip, well, actually I did. I went through the entire receipt, the packing list, and everything else and checked it off as I went through it, not realizing that the 7-foot door was going to be a problem. I saw it was 7 by 16 when I saw the slip. I must have. It was written there. It either didn't connect, didn't make the assumption, didn't understand what was happening, whatever the cause, whatever the reason. The checks and balances that are supposed to make this kind of thing not a problem slip by me. So, if you buy one of these buildings, or any building, or anything at all, you can't rely on somebody else to take care of the problems before they get to you. You're paying them, you're telling them that you want a 10-foot high wall building, and the 10-foot high wall building blueprint that they send you calls for an 8-foot door. When they send you a 7-foot door, and it's on the receipt, and you've paid for it, you really don't have much room to talk. So, I'm going to make this happen. Once again, it's a delay in the operation. It's going to take 4 hours out of the day that I don't have, and we're going to move forward.
I called Menards and talked to them about the discrepancy in the door, and then couldn't get anywhere with them because I needed to show them some documents. So I took my clipboard and my documents and went down and showed them what had happened. And finally got a hold of somebody who knew what was going on. Got it squared away. They're going to return the 7-foot door and sell me an 8-foot door. They'll just take the money that I had on the 7-foot door, put it towards the 8-foot door. I have to pay about $150 extra, somewhere around there. And then that'll make that problem go away. At the same time, while I was going through and unpacking things, I found that I had 10 bags of screws that were for a wooden building. Now, there's nothing on this building at all that is wood. So I took those back, and there was some confusion and had to do a lot of discussion. All in all, it took me almost 2.5 hours there at Menards to get this squared away. But it is squared away. I will be moving forward with the building. Just one of them things. So, if you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. And trust me, if I haven't heard it before, I'm hearing it now.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.